commenter, Augustar ASMR, thank you for suggesting France facts. And so we'll hop in. So the last time this article was updated was January 10th, 2022, so pretty recently. And it starts out by saying, is it true that France invented the hot air balloon? And is it really illegal to kiss on train platforms? Find out these 30 fun facts about France. Whether you're living in France or just visiting, learn some facts about the country. Learning some facts about the country will help you get to know it better, not to mention impress your friends at your next trivia night. So prepare to put your French knowledge to the test as we share 30 facts about France that might just surprise you. So I found this article on a site called Expectancy.com, and I guess it's just for expats, for people moving to countries and being expats, working there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these facts. That would be good to know if I wanted to move to France. Fact number one. France is the largest country in the EU and is sometimes called the hexagon. France is the largest country in the European Union, covering a total area of 551,695 square kilometers. However, it is only the third largest country in Europe, behind Ukraine and the European portion of Russia. Around a third, 31% of France is forest, and is the fourth most forested country in the EU, after Sweden, Finland, and Spain. The country is also sometimes referred as l'hexagon due to its six-sided shape. Fact number two. France is the world's most popular tourist destination. It might be time to brush up on your French language skills, because France is the place to be. According to the latest tourism figures, a whopping 89.3 million people visited the country in 2018, making it the most visited destination in the world. The country's capital, Paris, is also the third most visited city in the world, behind Bangkok and London. Time to get packing. I've been to France once when I was abroad. In college, I went to Vienna in Austria, and I was planning a trip with my boyfriend, who was stateside, and he was going to come out to visit me for when I was abroad that semester in college, and his parents really wanted us to go to Barcelona, but I was like, I really want to go to Paris. I was just like, that is just the number one place I've always romanticized in my head. I've never been there, but it was just the aesthetic. I feel like Paris and France, all throughout middle school and high school, I was always just like, that's it, being outside in a cafe in Paris is was like, we're going here, like, you don't have any other say in this. But we had a really great time. But we were just in Paris for like probably 4 or 5 days. We went to Disneyland, because I'm a big Disney fan, but we didn't see anywhere else in France, so I thought there's so much more to see. I really want to see Mont Saint-Michel, the island. I don't even know if it still, like, quote-unquote exists the way I remember reading about it. It's like, you can only go there during low tide, and then at high tide it becomes like an island. You could drive there during low tide, but I wanted to go there. I wanted to go to Versailles, and I didn't get there either when I visited, so definitely have a friends trip in my future. Okay, sorry for the rant. Back to the facts. Fact number three. French was the official language of England, for about 300 years. It's hard to imagine that French was the official language of England between 1066 and 1362. But after William the Conqueror led the Norman conquest and subsequent occupation of England in 1066, he introduced Anglo-Norman French to the nation. This is spoken by royalty, aristocrats, and highly powered officials, some who couldn't speak any English. In 1362, however, Parliament passed the Pleading in English Act, making English the official language of government. This was because Norman French was used for pleadings, but was largely unknown to the common people of England, who had no knowledge of what was being said in court. Fact number four. Louis the 19th, XIX, was the King of France for just 20 minutes, the shortest ever reign. Yes, you read that right. The French king only enjoyed 20 minutes of royal fame after his father, Charles X, abdicated, leaving him to ascend to the French throne in July 1830. After this brief period, Louis Antoine also abdicated in favor of his nephew, Duke of Bordeaux. This makes him the joint shortest reigning monarch in history. He shares his astonishing record with Crown Prince Louis Philippe, who technically became King of Portugal after his father was assassinated, but he also died from a wound 20 minutes later. So this is Louis the 19th. Fact number five. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. I have no clue if I'm pronouncing that right. Or liberty, equality, fraternity is the national motto. Liberty, equality, fraternity, liberty, equality, fraternity. The famous motto first appeared around the time of the Revolution, 1789 to 1799, I can't read, and was written into the Constitution of 1946 and 1958. Nowadays, you'll still see it on coins, postage stamps, and government logos, alongside Marianne set down in Napoleon Bonaparte's Code Civil after the Revolution in the 1800s. Fact number 6. The French army was the first to use camouflage in 1915 during World War I. The first to use camouflage. Now here's an interesting fact about France. The word camouflage actually comes from the French verb meaning to make up for the stage. Because this is because the French army was the first to create a dedicated camouflage unit in 1915. Guns and vehicles were painted by artists called camoufleurs. The following year, the British Army followed suit and established its own camouflage section under the command of Lieutenant Francis Wyatt. It was known as the Special Works Park RE Royal Engineers. Fact number 7. In France, you can marry a dead person. What? One rather shocking fact about France is that under French law, you can marry a dead person in exceptional cases. This is on the condition that you can prove that the deceased had the intention of marrying you while they were still alive. You must also receive permission from the French president. The most recently approved case was in 2017, when the partner of a gay policeman gunned down on Paris's Champs-Élysées He was gunned down on Paris's Champs-Élysées and was granted permission to marry his partner after he died. That's crazy. Fact number 8. The French invented tin cans, the hair dryer, and hot air balloons. Balloons. Tin cans, the hair dryer, and hot air balloons. It turns out we have the French to thank for many useful inventions we know and love today. For instance, French inventor Nicolas Appert came up with the idea to use a sealed glass jars placed in boiling water to preserve food in 1809. Pierre Durand later invented the tin can. Braille was also developed by Louis Braille, who was blinded as a child. Meanwhile, physician René Laennec invented the stethoscope at a hospital in Paris in 1816, and Alexandre Fernand Godefroy patented the world's first hair dryer in 1888. The majestic hot air balloon was also pioneered by Montgolfier brothers, Joseph and Etienne, who unveiled the world's first public display of an untethered balloon in 1783. Lots of names there. They're probably mispronounced. Fact number 9. France was the first country in the world to ban supermarkets from throwing away food. In February 2016, France became the first country in the world to ban supermarkets from throwing away or destroying unsold food. Stores must now donate surplus groceries to food banks and charities. Supermarkets larger than 400 square meters that are caught binning good quality food approaching its best before date face hefty fines 100,000 euros, or 2 years of imprisonment. Furthermore, all French supermarkets are banned from destroying food as a way to prevent dumpster fires from foraging in garbage bins. Fact number 10. The first public screening of a movie was by French Lumiere in 1895. The Lumiere brothers, Auguste, Marie, Louise, Nicholas, that's one person, Auguste, Marie, Louis Nicholas, and Louis Jean, so 2 brothers, were famous for their cinematography, motion picture system, and the short films they produced between 1895 and 1905. The framed duo held the world's first public movie screening on December 28, 1895, at the Grand Café in Paris. Their directorial debut was La Sortie. Okay, wait. I'm not gonna read that in French. Let me read the translation. Workers leaving the Lumiere factory. Was the name of the short. The 5-second long black and white film simply showed workers leaving the Lumiere factory and left the audience completely flabbergasted. In 1895, Louis Lumiere supposedly said that cinema is an invention without a future. An invention without a future. Oh, how wrong was he? So wrong. Fact number 11. The oldest person who ever lived was a French woman named Louise Calment. The greatest fully authenticated age to which any human has lived is 122 years and 164 days. 122 years, holy crap. And 106, so she was, halfway to 123. Jean-Louise Calment was born in France on the 21st of February, 1875, and died on the 4th of August, 1997. She lived through the opening of the Eiffel Tower in 1889, 2 world wars, the invention of the television, the modern motor car, and airplanes, and also computers. Interestingly, life expectancy for women in France stood at 85.3 years in 2018 and 79.4 years for men. France also ranks 14th in the world for life expectancy, with men and women living on average until 83 years old. Fact number 12. France legalized same-sex marriage in 2013 when President Francois Hollande signed the bill into law on 18th of May 2013. France became the 9th country in Europe and the 14th in the world to legalize same-sex marriage, although polls at the time showed that around 50% of French people supported it. Not everyone was happy about it. In fact, thousands of people defending the so-called family values took to the street and protest. Fact number 13. France has more Nobel Prize winners in literature than in any other country. Nobel Prize winners in literature. Gustav Flaubert, and Victor Hugo. Pardon my pronunciations again. Fact number 14. Europe's highest mountain is Mont Blanc. In the French Alps. Standing at a height of 4,807 meters, Mont Blanc is officially the second highest mountain in Europe. What? It just said it was the first highest. It takes an arduous 10 to 12 hours to climb to the summit, but if you're not up for that, you can take a leisurely 20-minute trip up on Europe's highest cable car to the nearby mountain. Don't know that. I can't pronounce the name of it. Aiguille, Dimity, to get a brilliant view from the top. So I want to know. The fact says it's Europe's highest mountain, but then it also says it's the second highest mountain. Fact number 15. The world's first artificial heart transplant and face transplant both took place in France. The heart transplant occurred in December 2013 at a hospital in Paris. The bioprosthetic device, which mimics a real heart's contractions, is powered by an external lithium-ion battery, and it is about 3 times the weight of a real organ. Oh, it's heavy. French surgeons were also the first to perform a face transplant in 2005. Fact number 16. The Louvre is the most visited museum in the world, with a whopping 9.6 million visitors in 2019. The famous Louvre is the most visited museum in the world. Located in the heart of Paris, the magnificent museum is home to around 38,000 works of art and artifacts dating back to prehistoric times. These include the Mona Lisa, Venus de Milo, and IMPA's famous glass Louvre pyramid, which sits in the courtyard. Unsurprisingly, the Louvre is one of the busiest places to visit in Paris. I visited the Louvre when I was in Paris. You know,